the last two things, we've got the pap and the spinach.
And the spinach, yes.
So let's start with the pap. I would say start with a cup of milli meal, right, as a start. And then add some cold water, just so you have a comfortable sort of paste, if there was ever such a thing as a comfortable paste. But not too runny.
So this is just so that you don't get lumps.
So you don't get lumps. There's some people who start by immediately putting the boiling water. My mom taught me you start with cold water, and for sure you don't get lumps.
This is the way we do it in this kitchen. What your mom said is right.
What my mom said is right. Right. So once you've got that paste going, you put your pot on the hot plate, and then you add your boiling water. So how much water you add really depends on how much pap you want to make. Because what we'll do is we'll add more milli meal to thicken it up, but the water is what guarantees sort of the amount that you're going to make. So what I've put about maybe like, I don't know, about a liter of water, or
about a liter,
just over a liter of water, and that will leave to simmer, and we'll start thickening up. We call it ukwata, to simmer, but like
come together.
Yeah, but like pop, very dangerous. You can hurt, many people.
Like a low boil.
Like a low boil, but it's, I mean, pap like really can get quite violent.
And then do you have to constantly stir it?
No. So I'm just gonna close it up now.
The myths that you are breaking in my mind right now are just, it's crazy.
But everyone cooks pap very differently. So I don't add salt in my pap. Many people add salt in their pap. Like some people add corn, some people add butter. But my whole, the whole recipe today is kind of, nostalgia for the way we used to eat when I was younger, which is very much what I'm on at the moment. So I'm making it like my mom used to make, like my grandma used to make. No salt, no nothing, just...
So we leave the lid on and we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. Just put it on high until it like really starts boiling quite violently, then we'll bring it down.
Okay.
Cool.
So this has been simmering for about
7-8 minutes.
And now we're going to check on it.
Always open your pap pot with utmost care. It's been simmering, gently boiling. So what we'll do is now add more milli meal. You can do that. Add more milli meal, so now getting it a bit stiffer. Careful, gently.
And how do you know when to stop adding?
Here I'm adding about another full cup.
Okay.
And it'll get thicker. It'll get thicker, and then we'll probably add one more cup or half a cup a bit later.
Okay.
So now, obviously we don't have that
boiling.
No, we don't. Okay, actually I'll add a bit more. So in total I've added about just under 1.5 cups now. And now the whole lumps thing I was talking about earlier comes into play. And I think this is how, all the different pap recipes come into being, because I think it's all about how to get rid of lumps. So what we'll do is you want to stir kind of against the pot.
So it's in the wrist.
It's in the wrist. And you're actually just crushing out any lumps that there may be. I mean, I know like if you cook pap in the microwave, it's amazing. It comes out without lumps. I don't even know how to make pap in the microwave. But yeah, I don't think it gets quite lumpy, but that should be fine. It's not really hectic. And then we'll leave that to simmer. Okay. A little bit longer. It's getting
lid on or little?
Lid on.
Okay.
And now you have it on quite low heat because you don't want it to burn. So burn about, it's under medium, so it's like a high-low.
Yeah, okay, very
cool.
While all of that is cooking, we moved our pot to another stove just so that we have space. And you put some oil and the rest of the onions in here, right?
The rest of the onions in here. So now we're getting ready to make our spinach. So you want your onion to cook, then you add your tomatoes. Sure. And before, so what we'll do is from here we'll add the spinach. But before we add the spinach, you actually want your tomatoes to kind of really cook in, so it kind of makes like a bit of a soup.
Or like a chutney kind of thing.
Yeah. Because that will make sure that the when you put the spinach in, it doesn't dry out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you're using peanut butter. And my dad has this peanut butter chicken that he used to make, so it makes me think of that.
Oh yeah, okay, nice. I should learn that recipe.
So what does the peanut butter do? Just
So it flavors it. It's peanut butter flavored spinach. That's actually, it's funny you mention your dad because this is actually my dad's recipe. My mom would normally just make the spinach as is or whatever the greens are. But my dad, who learned from his mom, always used to add the peanut butter.
Passing it down.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people also, I think variations are like endless. But I know that people like, you put potatoes in your spinach. But for us, it's just onion, tomato. Just get that really, simmer in, and then add a bit of stock.
And you also added some of that
Yes.
to the basic stew.
To the basic beef stew, we added some of the stock as well. Not too much. You just want to kind of, let it like sort of soup in.
Okay, so while this is simmering, I know that you're very Pan-African in your thinking, and you understand that we're not separate from each other, we're together, and that we have to look within to get opportunities. So how would you encourage young people like myself, and maybe a little bit younger or a little bit older, to look within the continent to create instead of looking to Europe or to America? How do we encourage people to stay here instead of causing the brain drain, as it's known?
I think the most important thing, which is not an easy one, because resources, etc., are limited for a lot of people, but I think the most important thing for us as Africans is to travel within Africa. We need to understand each other as Africans and not aspire to, overseas, because there's a lot of, and when you talk about the brain drain, there's a lot of information exchange that we can gain and gather from each other.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper to travel on the continent. I mean, I'm not talking about, trip to Ethiopia as your first trip. If you there's so many people who've never been to Swaziland.
Yeah.
There's so many people who've never been just to Botswana, Mozambique. And so I believe that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And that's where your identity as an African just gets strengthened. You're right, I'm very Pan-African in my thought, because I really believe that we can't not only exist, but we can't thrive in isolation.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We really need, as a continent, to see ourselves, where possible, as one.
So this looks like it's cooked down, right?
Yeah, so what we need to do here is add the spinach. Okay, so what I did is, remember we added some of the stock to the tomato and onion.
And this will the spinach will cook down. It won't
No, totally not. So that should be fine.
Okay.
So you can use a saucepan for this, whatever is easy. But I mean, spinach is so deceiving. you think, oh my gosh, I've got so much spinach, but you actually don't. It will really cook down quite quickly. And once it's come down, then we'll add the peanut butter.
So I feel like even though there's quite a few components in this meal, it's not like a long meal that takes to prepare. Like you could do it when you come home and you want dinner, and it can be quick. It can be quick. Because you can do a lot of the things at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Pap takes, like I've said, like 15 or so minutes. This really won't take you more than 15 minutes either. The beef, because stewing beef can be a bit tough.
Yeah.
So that you want to simmer for a bit. I mean, an hour is more than enough. I mean,
and you can do other things. Like
you can do other things.
Maybe look at your emails and look at what else you have to catch up on.
Do homework.
Yeah.
All of that, and then literally in about an hour 15, you're ready to eat. So from the time you get home, if that's at 5:30, you'll be eating by 7, which is cool.
Yeah.
So we can add some of the peanut butter. So I've put about a tablespoon here.
And this is just regular peanut butter.
Regular peanut butter.
None of the fancy
No, but like I'm saying, you can do whatever you want to do to make it a bit more fancy. But this is just your normal smooth peanut butter, and it'll start changing the color and the smell, and it just starts
makes it more creamy as well.
Makes it very creamy. So it becomes quite a rich dish.
Yeah, it's like comfort food.
It is.
Okay, so we're gonna let this cook down, let both our stews cook down, get our pap, and then we're ready to.
Okay, so our pap should be good. We've added
really fluffed up.
Yeah, because we added more of the milli meal, and we've let it simmer for a total of about.
It's the hand movement. I promise you, it's the hand movement.
It's in the wrist. Yeah, I mean, it's been cooking now for about 18 or so minutes, so it's really good. It should be fine.
And this is done. The
That's
spinach is done. Both the stews are done. And now you're going to dish up.
Now I'm going to dish up.
It smells amazing. And I see that this is the way that you would dish up at home normally, right?
Yep.
So do we have a little bit of everything or?
Yeah, have a little bit of everything. If you can fit it onto one fork.
We're going to be strong.
Yeah, we're going to be strong. So a little bit of everything should be good.
Let's go.
Okay.
And the pap is still moist. It's not like too...
Not too dry. Yeah, my mom's always like, you shouldn't make pap that if someone were to hit you with it, you'd like pass out. Like, pap must be soft.
Okay.
There you go.
It's very good. It's very homey. So thank you so much for being on my show. I really enjoyed having you here. I hope that you enjoyed it.
It was lovely, thank you.
And we hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Please send us your pictures using hashtag Bunnies in the Burb when you guys make a meal similar to this, or if you guys make this exact meal, we'd love to both see it. All Nothando social media links will be down below, all of mine will be down below, and all of JT Communications will be down below. Please subscribe and share this video with your friends. We hope to see you guys next time. Bye!